Okay, Matt, tell us about the site. No, I said tell us, don't fall. We can't hear you.
Some garnets here.
We can't hear him, can we? He's talking. No one can hear him. Alright, I'll tell you about the site. So, this is garnets. They're coming down the creek here. They're small, you're not gonna find any like awesome giant ones, but you're gonna find sand that's like 50% garnet. And all you gotta do is just dig at it. So for example, right here where I already dug out, you can see the side of the rock here, how much red is in there. Every red dot, that's garnet. They're coming out of the schist, this material. Some of it's worn down, some of it's not, but it's got this sparkly texture to it, sparkly scaly texture. And so when you look on the surface, there'll be little red dots all throughout in here. Sometimes they look like they're rusting, like the iron is rusting in them. These aren't really great specimens. You can get specimens like this even in BC, where the garnets are like half a centimeter to even sometimes a centimeter in size, but not here. So it's really not that complicated. It's everywhere. So I'll show you where the parking is. Apparently at the end of this video because of my timing, but I'm just already here. Anyway, so you go anywhere along this creek. I've been told that the farther you hike up the creek, the bigger the garnets get. But you see the size of these boulders compared to a human. It's tough to boulder this, especially if the creek is high. There's just not really a way through. It's very low right now. We're in the middle of summer and it's the lowest it's ever been, kind of thing. So we can get through, but you don't need to really go high up. We trekked a bit and it's no different than the very start of the creek. So as far as finding garnets goes, just walk until you see the first red patch in the side here. Usually they're concentrated behind the big boulders because the garnets are heavy and they're gonna kind of get locked up and sit and sink. So bring a shovel. The only things you need for this site are a shovel and something to put the garnets in, a bucket. You can also pan the garnets out. So if you have a gold pan, dump the sand, like what I've got in my bucket there, into a pan and swish it around and get rid of the big rocks. And again, the garnets are heavy, they'll settle on the bottom of the pan, and you're still gonna have to take dirt home, which is half garnet, half sand. But at least at home you can sit in front of Netflix with some tweezers and a little desk light or something and just pluck all the biggest ones out, because they actually look kind of cool when you concentrate them into a jar of just pure garnets. So as far as accessibility, super easy site to get to. Really beautiful, nice, you know, falling water kind of sound, no city sounds. Beautiful trees, right, all the way up here. Oh, I'm falling over. Sorry. All right. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful nature out here. You can sit down, have lunch, and you park like, you know, 50 feet from the creek. And like I said, you only got to walk max 100 feet, another 50 feet around the creek till you start finding the red stuff, even as soon as you get down here. So anyway, show you one more time, another piece of the schist. This stuff is everywhere and it's abundant. But anything that looks like a red dot to you, where you're like, is that a garnet? I'm not sure. If it looks like a red little dot, that's a garnet in there. So this schist is soft and it erodes away and it leaves the hard garnets, which are resistant to the weathering and resistant to spalling apart in the river. So you basically end up with what is red sand. You know, there you can see tiny little ones, but I'm going to show you a few clips here of some other spots where it's all concentrated. And you'll find mica, like for example that flashy thing on there, that's a little sheet of mica. You won't find giant pieces, but that rock there is quartz with some mica in it. That actually looks kind of cool. There you go. And fun fact about mica, if you crush that up, that's how they made the first glitter in the world. Was crushed up mica, and it was way better for the environment than what we use now, because it's just rock. Anyway, so that's pretty much all you'll find out here. Bring a container, something to put it in, but let me show you the rest of the like kind of concentrations of it, because you want to find a patch where it's heavily concentrated rather than just digging random sand. Oh yeah, this is what Matt just came back with from the other side of the creek there. Yeah. So anything that looks red in there, it's garnet. So like I said, it's about 50% garnet, give or take. Okay, so here for example, here's a virgin spot where we haven't started digging. Those ones are fine grain, but as we get in behind the rocks here, the heavy rock, this is a giant boulder in front of me on the side of the river, and it concentrates and collects there where the river's not pushing it as much around, and you'll just see patches of the red that you just go ahead and scoop up from those spots. And so here's a fun tip for you: if the water's cold, suck it up. No, I'm just kidding. You can actually bring some garden gloves. I don't have them today, but if you bring garden gloves, those are great, and they don't have to be waterproof, because what you get is those latex or I don't know if it's not neoprene, but anyway, get those like doctor's gloves and put them underneath inside your garden gloves, so even when your garden gloves get wet, those latex gloves are going to protect your hands from getting cold, and so you'll still feel a bit of the cold, but you're not going to have, they're not going to be like, it'll keep your fingers warmer, so you can dig around in creeks, whether it's here or other sites. It's just a great little tip. But again, you can also just go without. So bring something to scoop with. Like I just use my shovel head, a just small little, 2-foot shovel. But you can bring like a dog scoop, like to scoop dog food out, or I don't know, something that you can probably put about a liter or so worth, or 2 liters kind of. Sorry, not 2 liters. 1 cup or 2 cup worth of material kind of thing. Probably about 2 cups is as big as you'd want for a scoop, but no smaller than 1 cup. And okay, I'll show you more pools. Okay, again, sorry I don't have a really good camera with a tiny macro lens for you. I lost it and I'm just using this makeshift one, but here we go. All the redness, all that is garnet. Some are really jelly, like that one in the center of the screen. So, like I said, you just take big scoops and you sit in front of your TV watching Netflix later, and you scoop out the biggest ones and put them in a glass vial or something for presentation. But even here, all that burgundy color, all of that. Let me just scoop it here. There you go. That's just a random scoop. So they're very abundant. Like I said, almost 50% of the sand is garnets here. That's that. I'll show you the parking, and come on out and have fun. Again, here I am just bouldering over a bunch of rocks, and I'm looking sometimes deep in the bottom of the creek. You can see them down there, but right here on the edge, I'm just gonna hop in the water here and show you right on the edge of the creek there. There's a hot spot of them, and they're all just concentrating around there. Okay, here's the bridge with the creek. There's Matt. Matt, give me a wave. Oh yeah, right where he's walking down there. That's where you can cut down to the river here. I'll show you where he pops out in a moment. That's where you park. So as you can see, super easy access. This gate doesn't open, but you just walk along here. Where my car is, you can actually go wherever my finger's pointing. I think that's east. Don't quote me on that. Sends it there, it's probably east. But you can cut down into the river down here and back, and you can see where he is right now. So the trail cuts through, super efficient, and you just walk up, and but even when you get down there, you'll start seeing the garnets. That's all you gotta know, and follow GPS.